Hi, this is Magda. Welcome to this video. It's all about when built. So I'm super excited to be here at the cabin of Ollie, where we are building the van, because it's so incredible beautiful, and that's also why I want to share this. And we're super excited because we today finished the floor, and it is so exciting because it took 2.5 weeks. So after 1 week we had to repeat everything, tear out everything, start from scratch, and now it's finally finished. But you will see all of this now. So here it is, the van, a big Peugeot Boxer, the Moose, currently parked in a workshop in Helsinki.
Day one of van build, we managed to pull all of the side panels and the floor panels out and washed everything, and it's all nice and shiny. We are getting rid of the old rust. And then it's ready for rust paint.
And I'm cleaning away this now.
One final coat of paint before we go home.
Yes.
A long day of sniffing paint fumes.
Yes.
This owner made a lot of rivet holes everywhere.
And while we thought painting those rivet holes would be a lot of extra work, it should soon turn out to be little compared to what was to come. So the wooden beams are glued to the floor. We have to go home and continue tomorrow. We discovered that the entire floor, which took nearly a week to complete, was flexing despite our best efforts to make it stable. We decided to tear everything out, move the Moose and us far into the woods and start over from scratch.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Here we are setting up this router jig that helps us create those steps into our plywood. So we have the lip. The lip sticks in each other like that. The floor of the van was flexing, so then our whole floor system was flexing. And we've torn everything out, and now we are using this 15mm plywood as our base.
And on top of this, improvised, self-constructed jigs to make up for a shortage of tools that we would have in this wonderful yet very remote location.
Let's see if it works. Can't get there by hand.
I thought you wanted to hammer the whole floor again.
Not quite yet. Anyways, yeah, it's just a little tight, so I'm not gonna force it. But soon. These bugs are killing me.
And so it was. All that needed to be done was gluing the parts in and weigh them down with massive birch trunk pieces.
All right, well, here we are. The floor is also weighed down, and we got some Sikaflex underneath it to glue it all together, and tomorrow we will see how stable everything is.
Now all that was left for this night was a cozy, warm, comfortable sauna.
Does it look stable?
Yes, it does look a lot more stable.
It still moves, but it's...
Yes, but it's so no, so minimal. It's no comparison. Yes! Finally, we had a subfloor. Now, the heating.
Today we are planning the floor insulation. We have ran these channels on the floors to design where the copper pipe holding the glycol would go. And yeah, it's very important to keep your toes warm, so we wanted to keep this pipe very close to the entrance here. And we have 25 meters of copper tube, so then we gotta measure out this whole system and see if we have enough tube or not. I have a screw that comes here, and then I have the marker holder, and then I can just draw circles around.
Now you see the thing in action.
Fancy protractor.
The fancy projector. Also, Ollie cut his thumb yesterday, unfortunately, with a really sharp, fresh blade of a carpet knife, while we were trying to custom fit those panels for the cavities. Ready for foaming. Putting in some wall insulation. Those are our mega weapons. They're called foamsicles. You'll see it in the time lapse. Also, we're using this for brushing our tooth. No, it's called the bubble bus sickle.
Yes.
Everything has to end with a sickle. We were just starting to use our foamsicle weapons as we got crazily interrupted. This thing is really coming close. Oh God!
I've never seen that.
Me neither. Well, back to the foamsicles. As you may see, those sticks we use to hold our foam boards in place while the glue cures. So right now Ollie is sawing in the channels for the copper pipe for the floor heating, and I am cutting out the pieces of the insulation foam boards to match them into the cavities. To make those foam patches, those insulation boards actually fit, I use this aluminum foil. In this case, all rounded corners are equal, so I can use the same shape all over the place. And it's super easy because it just squeezes in. And on top of all of this, I'm enjoying this amazing, amazing view. With no running water to do the dishes, we bring water from the lake. And sometimes we have a short coffee break in between. The time has come to push the copper. Finally, we put in the copper tube for our cozy floor heating to withstand Arctic winters. It's done!
Finally.
Yeah, the copper pipe. The copper pipe is in the floor. And we even have one loop to the drying chamber.
Oof. Time for sauna, I think.
Yes, but I heated it. The steam is heavily coming out of the sauna. So here you can see those aluminum plates for the floor heating. And they're all glued now and ready to dry out and cure. And I'm still cutting all those wall patches to do the insulation. Now already, Ollie is putting in the fancy stuff. What is the fancy stuff?
It's the underlayment for the floor.
So
I don't know if this is fancy yet, but it looks fancy.
it looks fancy, yes. And finally, after a few incredible, beautiful days and midnight light nights, it had magically just happened. The moment had arrived. We finally had a finished floor. Ollie made all the floor, like the laminate, all the vinyl planks. So I'm gonna look how it's gonna look. Ah! I cannot believe it. Here it is. Nice. Look at it. It's so beautiful. It's crazy. The floor. The first sign of civilization, of the possibility to live in it. I cannot believe how weird all of this feels. Ollie and I have imagined ourselves exploring new places in a van for a longer time now. But dreams are easy. Turning them into reality, that's the hard part, right? Committing to this was kind of difficult. We spent countless hours browsing through endless listings. On the day we finally chose the moose, it was like crossing a scary threshold from fantasy to reality. There we were, surrounded by foam boards, plywood, construction materials, glues and screws. What seemed a bit more natural to Ollie was quite new to me. What if it did not feel right after all? Would Ollie and I be able to collaborate? The answer to our doubts is an absolute yes. Ollie and I found our way to work peacefully for the most part, and it's absolutely awesome to be on this adventure together. So yes, that was the floor building. And if you liked the video, consider liking it and subscribing to our channel if you want to see more of this content, because I'm gonna share more about our journey, like beautiful spots in nature, kite surfing, because we both like kite surfing and also digital nomadism, because we both work remote jobs from the van. Yes, so it's gonna be wild. See you in the next episode, which is gonna be the van build episode 2. Gonna see it here or there. I don't know yet where I put it. Maybe I also put it here.